Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft. I'm sorry my webcam is still pretty low, but whatever. Low quality, but whatever. So why are there mushrooms here? That's weird. It's pretty rare to find these in the forest, I guess. Oh well. So let's take this wood here. All right, maybe I should separate the. I may also be very concentrated, so I won't talk that much. But I will answer most of your questions right when I open the chat here. Those are big bulky trees, which is pretty handy. Ah, can't see anything. What happens if it's pretty hard to see under this, so we should keep moving and find the correct place to build my house at. I'm going to open my chat to be here. If you could please, okay, thank you. Oh my goodness, where am I gonna find a place? Maybe I could be near the water. But should I? Yeah, I'm gonna be near the beach. That's an excellent idea. Okay. What just happened? So I gotta make myself a crafting table. A crafting table. What? I can't create a crafting table with this? Okay, let's just take 4 of these and now create the crafting table. There you go. That's what I have to do. Just add this right here. For now there isn't any music, so yeah. Just take it all in. We have to create the foundation next. Okay, nice. Could start with a foundation like this one. Maybe a little bigger. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. Two, four. Okay, now we can go playing like that. So how many is it? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that should be good enough. Ah, that's large enough for now, so let's keep going. Can I build a door or something? Let's make some sticks just in case. I guess we can't build a door just yet, so. Oh, crusties. change the vibe of the lighting. I meant. What the heck? Ah, I literally can't see anything under here. Whoops, I meant to add 2. Whoops, that... Okay, so I guess I need some... Oh, that's some normal wood. I need to... Ah, that makes a shovel, okay. That makes a sword. What? Ah, that's not a plank. What? I'm so lost right now. Okay, so... Instead, let's just do that. Make some others. And let's make a sword here. We got ourselves a sword. Now we can keep making some stuff, I think. A big axe and a shovel. What? A shovel. Darn it. Okay, wait a minute. And a shovel. What? That's not... Wait, what am I doing? What? I keep taking the wrong wood, I think. What? How don't I remember how to make a shovel? Okay, here it is. Okay. So, you go here, you go there, go here. And we can place these up. Now we don't want these pesky spiders to come into our roof, our house from the roof. So we gotta build another part here and a roof for the finale. Oh, darn it. We gotta get some more, and I forgot to make... Wait, maybe I am still able to make some sort of pickaxe here to pass the time. I mean, not a pick. I meant, oh no, I meant like this. There you go, an axe. Okay, cool. You know, everything is going wondrously. The zombie, what the freaking frack? Oh, okay. This is definitely not what I was expecting, but okay, we have a full deck of wood here, of wooden planks, so let's just add these to the mix. Is this big enough? You know what, I'm gonna add one last stage to it, just to make sure it's big enough. For now it will do. Really? Ah, I'm missing some wood. Well, we might have to block this off. And survive for the night at the moment. Or, no, you know what? Yeah. We're just going to build this instead of a door. Can't see anything again. But one thing is for sure, and it's that nothing can get inside our house yet. Or except for spiders, maybe. I'm going to have to watch out for that. So, yeah. I'm not going to cheat and I'm just going to wait it out here. Because I can't cheat anyways because I deactivated them. Okay, I'm just going to see if there's anything in chat very fast. No, there's nothing. Look at the beautiful stars. Behind the beautiful clouds that look pretty rectangular. Why didn't they add UFOs yet in Minecraft? That would make things way more interesting, actually. Yeah. Actually, why didn't they add dreams? That would also make this game more interesting. Maybe because it would be too hard to add in, I'm not too sure. These would be great ideas to add in the game. I don't want to eat these because I know that they're bad. And that players should not eat them. Because it gives you poison, I think, or something like that. I don't remember, but it gives you something bad. So, yeah. It will not catch me. Because my house is too tall. I forgot about the new mobs. I absolutely have to go to sleep. I don't know when they attack you. Did they attack you when you don't sleep for 3 days or something like that? I don't remember. That could be a problem later on. And why is there no music? Like, music off. That's why. We need some music, you know, to make things more interesting. So let's continue. This is taking longer than expected. That's what happens when you live stream a game of Minecraft. You can't cut anything, so this whole part will be in. Also, I am sorry for my terrible unhappy birthday video. I thought it was gonna be better, but it ended up being pretty terrible, and yeah, I sincerely apologize for that. I may do a remake of it someday. We'll see. The original version is pretty confusing and makes no sense. Yeah. Just keep going on chat here. Nobody still. Okay. Maybe I should have activated cheats. Maybe I should have. So that I could transfer night to day in a fast rate. But I haven't done that, so yeah. I'm going to prove to you that I did change the settings by whoops, that's the wrong one. Darn it. Here we go. Okay, so chime slash set slash what the heck, dude? You see, I can't use any cheats. It doesn't even show me any of the cheats. So yeah, I can't. You know what? I'm eating it, even though I probably shouldn't. So what does this give me? Is it something bad or just shows me that, but it doesn't really tell me what it is. I think I'm gonna be even more hungry. Like, oh yeah, that's what it does, I think. It makes my hunger go down faster. Great. Oh, come on now. Why is it taking so long? Okay, finally. And the sun is setting. I mean, coming up. I'm sure that there are Minecraft mods out there that add in UFOs. I just haven't found them yet. Maybe I'll do a video on them if they exist. Ooh, alright. Well, I think I'm gonna delete these. I don't know why that happened. Here's the wonderful music. Now, let's get on with this. Oh, that's right. I can get apples from the trees, so maybe I could do that. What did I just get? Oh, it's a sapling. Nice. Ah, oh, darn it. Really? Another other stage here. Let's just do it fast, real fast. Okay, let's get those in. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh yeah, that's the, okay. I was doing the right thing after all. Come on. What am I doing? Ah, okay. There you go. Nice, okay. So now let's keep on chasing, let's keep on getting some wood. Is there a creeper there or am I hallucinating? No, it's not a creeper, thank goodness. more sticks, because why not? Let's create another axe here, because this is important. Get some stick, and what else could we do? Oh yeah, right. Okay, let me do this. We got the roof, we got this and that. Now let's collect these. Get some glass here. Oh, we can make signs now. Interesting. Can we make glass though? Oh, we can make a dark oak door. That's cool. Let's take one. We can make 3 of them. Wait a minute. Maybe we should do it from the outside instead of the inside. Should we? No, it looks better like this way. Yeah. Maybe we'll find some freaking wood somewhere. What? Oh, there are turtles. I don't need those yet. Get an apple or no? I think I can. Okay then. Let's just keep rummaging for some trees. What the heck? Why do the zombies always come in the day? It doesn't get knocked back. Okay, got it. What? Okay, alright. I think it's a good idea to stop it here. Or maybe not. We'll see. It's so dark. Okay. Oh, great. We're okay, so the next morning I'll have to grab myself some animals and ay. think it saw me. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll make another live stream tomorrow, and hopefully I'm gonna get some food and we're gonna get some stone and such. So see you then. Stop streaming.